Your attention, please.
Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're gonna do a little Q&A with TRIB3. I don't know what's your name for the yeah, so it's a long time since I did a Q&A a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so my name is Nate Minton, and I go by Decimalist on X.
Okay, yeah, my name is you already know me from like the streams before. My name is Hunter, or I work for Big Dave. I'm also the co-founder and main streamer and everything. We're still in early access and everything, as you can see on the site, but we're getting there. Just did already a few interesting Q&As with lots of companies, so okay, let's get into it. I know TRIB3 is now in its alpha phases, but do you have any major updates planned, or like already some sneak peeks we can have just when the updates and the whole game will release?
Yeah, so working in the public's it's a bit different, right? Like when you look at a lot of big games and stuff, it takes about 7 years really for these games, AAA games at least, to be developed, produced, and released,
Yeah,
right?
that are the games
And
with loads of funding and already loads of
right,
manpower.
right. So obviously our strategy, we're a lean startup and we start out small. So and the advantage, in our opinion, is being able to build in the public and get the community involved as early as possible in the game design, and then kind of provide feedback and stuff like that on the game and what they like, what they don't like, and things like
Also,
that.
just
So
how which feedback did the players already give you? Implemented a few of that already, like that the community gave, like for what kind example?
Absolutely. So we've already we do have a DAO structured around yeah, Fluxpoint Studios kind of our products, which include our game development like Tribe and Pit Brawl, but then also like they can vote on things like our AI solutions. But we've had people vote on new maps to implement in Tribe already, naming the characters even, like deciding on what their special abilities are going to be and things like that. So it's pretty historic
So the
what we're doing
community
with
can
this.
really like decide how the game will change or just because that's also what I like about Web3 that the community can really like yeah drive how the game will be. But also more about the AI solutions. What do you mean exactly by that?
Yeah, so we are a software development company and we're focused really on like competitive gaming and then innovative gaming solutions and as well as like AI solutions. So we have a product called Cardevia AI that we're putting the final touches on right now, and it's going to be launched to the public early next week. And basically, what it is like think of a um, like your chat GPT tool, but has multi LLM support. So you can use an open AI model, you can use an Anthropic model, you're going to be able to use a Llama 3 model, right? Like different intelligence models. So it's decentralized in that way. So like outages or like censorship that you feel one has over the other, like you can decide which one you want to use. But then the code base, the actual knowledge base of the tool is all integrated with Unreal Engine development, Unity, Cardano blockchain development. So it's very niche and tailored to those people that want to start building in Web3 dApps or games on Cardano.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you also did that. That's really interesting. I thought you only like did game, but that's really intriguing. Wait, I'm thinking. For TRIB3, like, what are you gonna do? Because you have loads of games that are like very similar to yours at the moment in TRIB3 at least. Like, have any things you are gonna like improve or something special that will set that game apart from the rest?
So speaking about Tribe specifically, what we're really focused on with Tribe is when we don't like to think of our games as like we don't brand ourselves as a Web3 game development,
Yeah,
right? We create games. Like
yeah,
we
that's there should first be a game and then the whole Web3 aspect because some
right.
companies they first make the whole Web3 thing and then the game is just not like non-existent or just shit or just doesn't work.
Exactly correct. And so that's what we're focused on. My background, actually, I used to be a professional gamer. I was in the top 0.5% of players in North America for World of Warcraft for a number of years. And so that's where like my background comes in, like knowing what a competitive game should be, understanding like that industry, and then knowing what really makes it fun and engaging, right? So with Tribe, I took a step back, early on when we first had this concept. And there's really, when you look at the industry, there's like maybe one that you can say is a competitive third person shooter that is a AAA game, and it's Fortnite, right? Like that's basically it. You maybe have like Apex Legends thrown in there,
Nah, that's
but
more that it's still different than what Fortnite.
exactly. So that's really we plan to open up and assert ourselves with Tribe in kind of that niche where it's like, hey, this is a great go-to competitive shooter. So that's what we're kind of aiming at. And then we can solve some of the problems with traditional gaming with the integration of blockchain and Web3 technology. But we're not going to be in your face about it or anything. As far as gamers know,
It's
they're
just a
just
game.
interacting with the game. Yep.
Yeah, but that's also what Web3 games should be because now it's some companies, like I won't say names, but they're just forcing the Web3 onto people. But I've also seen and talked with a few companies, they don't force the Web3 onto you. They're just like, yeah, it's there if you want to use it, if you want to earn in the game, it's there for you to use. So that's also what I really like about it. And the token, I know you can't discuss a lot about that yet, I think. Or am I
Oh
wrong?
no, we can absolutely talk about the token that's behind it. The token is not specific to the game as much. It basically bridges like
Yeah,
all of
to the
our,
all the blockchain, just all the pinball, just all the games, I
yeah,
think.
all the games and any of our solutions or platforms that come out after that. Our
It's
token is
shards, right?
shards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Cardano blockchain, and it's primarily it's a utility token through and through. Like we've used it since its creation. We've used it for voting on things like player abilities, like I told you, naming characters, things like that. We like for Cardevia.AI. If you hold like 3,500 of those, then you automatically have premium access to the AI model as long as you hold those in your wallet and connect it. So it's like you don't have to pay a subscription fee. Other people have to pay a subscription in order to even use the AI tool.
And how
So things
much
like that.
and how much is 30 or you said 13K or how much is that in dollar?
3,500 shards. I don't know. And that's the part that I'm not. I can objectively say like, hey, this is what the market price it currently is. Like if you go and check it out. But I can't really speak to any
Yeah, what?
monetary value of the token because it's a utility token, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. But but whatever it is, I can honestly say that there is like really good inherent value in it. I mean, it's like you're voting your voice, you have utility through it, and people that are holding that shards token are going to be able to use it for like crafting items and things like that in Tribe. Special access to certain events that other people are not going to get to participate
And what
in.
kind of events, if we can get more in detail about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, tournaments, special content, skins, like for characters, guns, like new weapons, new animations and abilities and things like that.
Okay. And just curious for later on, how will the earning aspect work exactly by just for each skill, if you win the game, or what exactly, how will the earning aspect, if you already have an idea, how it will be like integrated?
Yeah, so with Tribe, it's we created, kind of this novel concept where it's compete to earn, right? And this is actually a truly sustainable type of economic model where people play to earn is dead, traditional play to earn because it's just not sustainable the way that people have built it in the past. I know people are coming up with new ways to try to, tackle that play to earn issue, but we're really focused on what we like to call compete to earn, which is basically when you're topping the leaderboards, when you're like really competing and playing the game and this is kind of driving that competitive incentive for the game, then you're going to get rewarded, right? So what we do is we have our code basically from our leaderboards and things like that. We're able to make API calls to whatever blockchain. Like for example, like if we're using Cardano to distribute shards rewards based on your leaderboard ranking, then you have your wallet connected to your account. It knows what you placed on a leaderboard, and if you place like hypothetically speaking in the top 10, then it'll distribute a certain amount of token based on your ranking.
Yeah, on your performance. Because also I notice it doesn't really like have any connection to it, but in my a lot of Web3 games, I'm not just gonna not say names because, but some Web3 games it's just like it doesn't matter how well you play, it's just how much you invest. If the whales, like in some competitive games, I played a competitive game recently, but you gained points if you also bought NFTs. So who won? The guys that spent thousands and thousands upon dollars. I 1v1 the dude once, also in game. He was shit, really, he couldn't. But he was still number one with like 200k points, and that was kinda what I hated
Yeah, and
about the game.
that kills the competitive spirit, right? And that's in the complete opposite of what our vision is. So yeah, it's completely contrary to what our vision is. So yeah, we're definitely trying to do anything and everything we can to crush and eliminate any type of like pay to win type of mechanic or mentality. We will not implement anything like that in our games. In fact, like anything you purchase, like for Tribe, will
But
not make you any better at the game.
it will
It's
just be
completely
like
cosmetic.
cosmetic, just weapon skins or just skins and nothing. Yeah, that's what.
Absolutely.
And have you had any problems with the game, just like integrating the Web3 to the normal gamers? Because a lot of Web3 games they have a problem getting the game to the regular gamers, because the regular gamers have like don't have a good connection with Web3 in general, because they look at like Logan Paul that scams the all of, I forgot which scam he did. I forgot the name, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I can't
Like a
remember.
lot of the YouTubers, they like do scams, and then you have the Dr. Disrespect issue with Midnight Society that also came to light all the thing. Web3 is kind of getting a bad name, but how are you gonna get the game to the players?
Yeah, absolutely. So, e- honestly, like the Web3 aspect of it, the ownership of digital assets and everything like that, we look at it the same way. It's basically a new type of tech and a new type of solution to an old problem, right? So we make this analogy from time to time, which is like if you go to like a car lot, right? You're gonna go buy a new car, uh, you don't look around the car lot and see everybody like on the ground looking under the car to see what's underneath the car, right? Because it's not important to them. They know that there's a structure there. They know that there's a a chassis and a frame and things like that to support the car. What they care about is what's on top, right? The user experience, the UI, right? And so that's how we look at it. Like the blockchain is basically that frame, that chassis underneath, right? So will tell you about it, like, and we'll educate you on it if you're interested in that. But we're not going to be upfront and show you like and shove it in your face, right? Like, hey, yeah, no, we use Cardano and it's because this and this and this. No, basically, we use terminology that Web2 gamers understand, traditional gamers understand. Like you have assets, either you can own them, they're digital collectibles, right? Skins, things like that. The only difference is that you can actually own them. Are not going to punish you like Blizzard Activision or any of these other companies where you can loan them out, you can rent them out, you can sell them, you can buy others from other people. We don't care what you do with your assets after that. And the integration has come. We're really innovative, actually. Like we were one of the first games on Epic Game Store to release a game that had Cardano blockchain integration. In my opinion, EVM is really, really easy. Like the EVM blockchains, your Solanas, your Ethereums, your Polygons, whatever, Immutable X. There's tons and tons of developer support for that, and it's very, very simple to get that hooked up into a game. And if we were to go kind of that route, um, we would have been able to release that onto Epic Game Store on a much, much earlier date. But because we chose to go with Cardano, what we feel like is slightly more secure, right? A bit more decentralized and fair in its distribution. That's why we chose Cardano, and we understand that tech. But since we're pioneering in that space, it took us a little bit longer to deliver that product, but now we're there. And we can just switch over and make compatibility for EVM like whenever we want to. In fact, we're doing that with some SDKs right now.
Okay, nice. Also, what I wanted to ask about the game, I already went into this a bit, but you're now using the game engine or assets. I forgot the real the name. It's like I talked about it with some
Oh,
dude also yeah, I think that was you.
yeah, were you talking about the foundational,
Yeah, I for
like basically the Unreal Engine shooting package, Lyra starter
yeah,
game?
yeah, liar, I forgot. Like
Yeah,
a lot of games use this now, but when are you planning to like use the like something else, or you gonna stick with that for some time?
yeah, so it's just like anything with game development, right? Many games, like it doesn't matter Web3, Web2, what have you. It all depends on how much like resources you have
Mm.
and then what you're planning to do, right? So because we haven't done any kind of crazy fundraising mechanism, I bankrolled the company myself. Like it's all
Yeah,
been my money.
we also in Big Dave we all funded ourselves. We don't accept also we also had a few sponsors, but we don't accept money. We first want to have a product also for the people and not just some that we're just the faces when someone else tells us what to do. We want to have a company for
Right.
the people, research just
And that's important. That's important, right? Because you own more. Like the more you take on investors early and stuff like that, they take a bigger piece of the pie, and then you're beholden to those people, right? So it's a good strategy to not accept money early on, and kind of build it out as much as you can yourself and be sustainable. And then when you're in a good place, then you can start looking at that, right? Um, so with the Lyra starter game, it was a great way for us to like immediately get something to
yeah,
start building
rolling.
on and introduce a proof of concept. And that proof of concept was, can you get a community as a DAO to vote and change the gameplay, come together and make a balanced game, right? A competitive shooter in this case, and that's what we started setting out to do, and we have evidence of that very early on now that we've already been able to establish that. And then slowly, like bit by bit, what we're doing is replacing those like for example the standard UI you're used to seeing in a lot of Lyra UI, that's going to be gone, right? We're going to have our own designer come in, engineer a great UI that's specific for us. Same with the targeting system, aiming system, all that. We want something that's really like precision, well done.
And it's
And
like
we're
unique and not because on Epic now, like I complained also a few bits on stream, but that I just do for most games, like no hard feel. Just it was a game. What is the name? We were just like I go down to the Epic list and I just play all the games, and like I've played 6 games with all exact alike engine, just and after a while it was just like yeah, this all kind of looks the same. But I'm just curious when it like gets rolling because after seeing a while, most gamers, if they are like me and they've played a few of those games, they're like, yeah, not really my thing. So just after,
Yeah. And so there is this kind of there's this stigma, and there's even a term for it, I want to say. My co-founder, who I haven't had a big chance to speak about, but Johan, I think he told me, what was it called? It was called like marketplace flippers or something like that, where it was basically like you go to Unreal Engine Marketplace, or you go to Unity Asset Store or whatever, and like you get these assets that you just purchased that are pre-made, and then you just put them in your game and you turn around and sell your game, right? Well, our game is free to play, so already we're not doing that to you, right? Any of the things that you are buying, custom made by us. Like it's done by us, and it's not something you can get on the Unity Asset Store. Every single one of our characters, you might have noticed this, but if you look at our hero characters, they are so detailed, and they are like over engineered in their model, to the point of like you can zoom in to like scales
yeah,
on a
that I
suit.
did see. Like the models were really like unique and special and just like it's like strange to see the game is like a bit yeah, no hate, but the game is like and the models just don't fit each other. Like the models are just immensely better than the game. Just the graphics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and no offense taken, because we understand like eventually our maps are going to be the exact same way, right? Like our maps are going to be engineered in that same way, and it's going to be very complementary to that. But each one of those characters is like over $7,000 to create, to design, and it's literally built from
And
scratch.
you already had
So
3 of them, so that was that. So
so you can do the
21K.
math.
Yeah.
Because those start out as a 2D image, right? Like a 2D sketch. And then we have a designer who's very, very talented that takes that 2D image, and then he starts to build it in like Maya or Autodesk, and then uses Blender and things like that for texturing and everything, and then creates that 2D into an actual 3D model. and then we put that 3D model onto the Unreal Engine skeleton and then rig it and animate it and everything. So it's quite literally built from the ground up.
Also, another question for like the hero characters. Are they just gonna have one ability or like different stats too, like more HP, just all custom, just different HP, speed, everything, resist, or, if you get what I mean?
Great question. So currently the heroes and Elijah, every hero has a unique Q ability right now, right?
Hmm.
Solara has Gravity Grenade, Gerd has Disengage, and then Elijah has Shield Throw, right?
Yeah,
So, and then Elijah's is still a little bit bugged, which is to be expected in early access alpha, but we're going to get that resolved with the next update. But so they all have a unique Q ability already that shows us like deviating from what Lyra has, right? Like they just have like a standard like grenade toss. Ours is completely different, and it's basically differentiating the characters, and it's already making us very niche and unique in our own way. And then they're also going to have their own shift ability. So shift typically in Lyra games is like a little dash, right? But for example, with Elijah, Gerd, and Solara, we're picking from the abilities that were received votes on the in our DAO um, that didn't win, and then putting them as their other abilities. So for example, like Solara, like if you hit shift, she could go in stealth mode for 3 seconds where no other players can see her, right? For like 3 seconds, and then she comes out, right? Elijah, he can do like a shield wall, which he absorbs damage from all other team members for like 3 seconds, right? And the reason they're so short is to make sure that the game is balanced, right? You want to make sure there's short intervals and they're not too overpowered. And then Gerd, he's going to have something like focus shot, right, where he just powers up his bow and arrow, and then he can shoot through something,
Yeah,
right?
that's also what I saw on his back, the bow and arrow. I already asked also in chat, like, because that's really like no, I really noticed that just the bow and arrow on the back, that it was just there for now. But I'm curious what you all are gonna do with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In fact, let me see if I can share my screen and show you a little alpha footage, because we are also unique in the fact that we are implementing different ways each hero uses their default weapon, right? So you saw the bow on the back
Hmm.
for Elijah. If you've seen the graphic for Solara on any of our banners or ads or anything like that, she has dual pistols. And then Elijah has a sword and shield, right? You could see his shield on his back, but he also has a really cool sword. So we're just finishing
Also,
up
that you know, we might need
Solara's.
to like restart the meeting because the timer runs out. It's like something with Zoom.
Oh,
I
because we have only 4 minutes left.
Yeah,
That's okay. I can show you really quick in a short amount of time here. Here.
but I didn't realize the timer was on 40 minutes because wanted to ask a few more things, but we were almost done. But I'm curious about the sneak peek of the battle royale.
Yes, I can show that as well. So here, let me try to. You can see Solara has dual pistols here. The one thing we need to work on is just the rounds. As you can see, those clips empty really fast because it's only 15 rounds for
Hmm.
both guns, right? So we're gonna make an adjustment to that. But for example, this will be Solara's standard pistol mode, right? Is she'll have dual pistols, unlike the rest of the characters. And then I can even show you Battle Royale sneak peek as well, which I'm really excited about. And you can see already, since you've played the game, this is a completely different level too. You're probably going to notice a few things that's different about this Battle Royale sneak peek.
Okay, wait, okay, now I can see it. Kind. Okay, jump, just a regular jump out of the plane. Yeah, the map looks nice though. The
Yeah,
map looks
exactly.
really. Okay, that's. Okay, nice.
Completely different map, like very high quality map. And this is me just testing out for the first time. And you notice like the up in the right hand corner now you have a mini map, and you have like the alive count to see
And
how many are alive still.
how large is the map around, or just or don't have a
What's that?
how large is the map, or not specific?
It's what you could is when you're dropping out of the plane, you can kind of see like in terms of
Is it just
size.
this compound, or also out of this comp?
Yes, it's just as compound, and you see that blue barrier around. That's gonna be replaced with like toxic gas or something.
Yes, and that's
Um,
like the storm. Just
yeah, it's gonna start moving in. It's already moving in. In fact, it's gonna push people together here pretty soon.
okay. No, this looks really good. This... And when are you guys planning to implement this, or just end the game?
Next week,
Okay. If you want,
yeah, we just got a
if
few
you want, we
bugs we
can
still
like
need to work
restart
out.
the Zoom a bit, and that we can talk a bit further if that's fine for you.
Yeah,
Because I didn't expect the Zoom meeting to run out this fast already. Wait a second, chat. Like normally this doesn't happen, but wait a second, chat. Wait a second. I wasn't expecting this to do that thing. Sorry for the inconvenience, chat. Like this won't happen again. Like I didn't realize the meeting was so. The time really went quick. I didn't realize we were already like at the end of the thing. Yeah. Also, sorry about that. That it was like we need to do it like this because I didn't realize we already talked this much.
that's good, right? Time flies when you're having fun.
Okay, wait, let me set up the. Okay, I also wanted to ask some other things. If I can remember what it was. The later on in the game, this is just for later on. Like when you're like in, except just example, like 25,000 players, 50,000 players. How will the rewards then work? Will it only be for like the top like 10, top 100, or is it gonna be for everyone, or just really the guys that are going for it? Like,
Yeah, we're gonna find a way that makes sense to reward as many competitive players as possible, right? So it'll be distributed, and what's cool about it is it kind of like sets its own value, right? Like within the game, because for example, if you only have like the top 100 players out of a, let's just hypothetically say like 10,000, right? Then that distribution is going to be more valuable than the top 1,000 players getting rewarded out of 10,000, right? So we're going to have a formula basically that just it looks at the total number of players participating during that time period, takes a snapshot of those players that actively are playing, and then who's moving up the leaderboard, where they're ranking, things like that. If you're sitting on the top of the leaderboard and you're not playing, you're not going to get rewarded either. We're going to reward people for actually like continuing to try to hold their spot, right? There's going to be a decay mechanism for your elo ranking if you're like just trying to camp.
yeah, if you're just like not playing for like 4, 3 months, but you're still like high on the E.
Right.
That
And so in that way, we kind of eliminate this problem of like um, people worried about other people being carried. It's like cool, like you can get carried and you can get on the top of the leaderboard, but like you you won't be able to maintain your rank, right? If you're not playing.
and just won't will the rewards only be given out just on the leaderboard, or also like elo rewards? Like for example, if I'm um in diamond or something, what will I get? Or just nothing different from someone in iron, or like
Exactly. Yeah, no, we're totally thinking about like unique ways. Right now we have this idea of like just a static leaderboard, but if I can go back and show you, we are another big thing that's coming with this battle royale update. I'll start this media player once again. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see my? Okay, great. is watch this at the end of the game here because it's just about to end. There's only 3 people alive. And I start taking damage, as you can see, because the blue thing
Mhm.
passed me, so I had to get in. I was actively looking for people, but I couldn't find anyone.
Yeah, but the bots sometimes act strange in these kind of games sometimes. That's
Yeah. And did you see
plus
that?
one
So it says
elo. Yeah.
Elo +1. So now we're with this Battle Royale update that's coming next week, we've already implemented our own Elo system as well. So now you're going to be able to have like, I think the leaderboard currently is just like total kills, right? Which doesn't make a lot of sense for competitiveness. But now you're going to have an actual Elo ranking. And so to your point, um, you're going to be able to like divide up different leagues and stuff like that and be able to be rewarded based on leagues and whatnot.
Okay, interesting. But so it won't just be like done leader, but also just like really leagues that you just get special rewards for doing and completing the leagues or just being in the leagues. But that's also
Yeah.
good because it would because I was just curious about that because yeah, it's just not really fun if only like one person or 10 person on the leaderboard wins in the like 30,000 because then it's just yeah, kind of really competitive gaming then it's not really different from regular games like the tournaments, the people in like the top 500, then it won't be a bit different. But
and
now,
and also it's important to point out that like the token itself, right, like shards, is going to be distributed in a way that's much more reserved because we're trying to make sure that that token is the most valued resource in the game, right? But to your point, like let's hypothetically say we started like let's use like League of Legends leagues for an example, right? Because we don't have anything established like that yet, but let's just use League of Legends. So like if you finished and you climbed a certain amount of ranks and improved a lot during that season in bronze or gold or plat or a platinum or something like that, you're still going to get unlock rewards like special skins that will be like only for that season, only for that ranking. Titles too, same thing. So like I know you've probably seen like you can see players' names and stuff like that in
yeah, then
game.
the title just
You'll have your title next to it and things like that as well. And then even when we redo the UI, the actual in-game leaderboard and then the leaderboard overall, your plate, your nameplate will be completely customizable. You can add your own signature thing and stuff, but then you can also win like plate names that are custom, right? And it shows like some level of prestige, right? It's like a flex for hey, I finished at this ranking in
also
this season.
also for the ones in chat, if you have questions, just ask. And also, I agree, the map is looking good. And some people in chat are like complimenting the map. It looks really good also.
Yeah.
But But also the thing, what I'm wondering about the titles, will you be able to like also sell them, for example? Like I'm now
Yes.
just using Big Time as an example because I used to play that, if you know it. You also used to have titles like That Night and all that, like so you'll be able to sell those titles also for
Correct. Yep, you will be able to any of the assets that you there will be certain in-game assets because it doesn't make sense to put everything on
on the
blockchain
markets,
tech.
yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be certain in-game only assets, but the things that are really cool that like you worked for, we're gonna reward you for that, right? And you can choose to like, hey, I'm going on vacation. I want to rent it out for a period of time. Well, we're going to facilitate a marketplace to let you do that, right? And then you can get the asset back after a period of time or what have you. So yeah.
And will you need like assets to start earning, or is it just free to earn
Nope.
also? Because some games they like require you to earn, then they don't tell you at first, but then later on they say, yeah, you need the NFTs to earn something
No, yeah. So here's what we're doing with Tribe. One, Tribe is completely free to play, right? Two, right now, there's 3 heroes. You've seen Solara, Elijah, and Gerd that they're purchasable, right?
Mhm.
Because we need to actually monetize somehow, right? But what we're gonna do very shortly, either in this next update or the following update, is kind of do like a rotation. So every single month, one of those heroes is free to play. So that way you don't have to purchase one of those other heroes in order to continue to play because we're going to get rid of this default character, right? That's
Yeah.
just specific
I
to
would
Lyra.
I would say, but that's just my opinion, maybe make it a bit shorter than a month. In my opinion.
Possibly,
Yeah, just
possibly,
maybe
yeah.
a week or maybe do like otherwise it would be just in a too like large time frame, especially if there's like loads of heroes. If you're gonna add more, then it's like if you like have 12 heroes, then you would like need
Well,
yeah
yeah. So and beautiful like example here, what you just mentioned, it was something we would actually put to a vote for the community and decide like, hey, what frame of time should we allow the free to play hero? And then have the community like vote and say like, hey, let's do this amount of time period. And and we would what we do with our proposals is we're very thorough and try to explain like the economic impacts and like the player experience of associated with each particular vote and the outcome, right? So that's definitely something that we would do.
Also, was curious what made you want to start up this project? Because you said you were like you all the money you put in yourself, like, and you were the first founder. Like, what made you like want to make a Web3 game? Any specific reason, or just make a Web3 studio a bit and gaming studio?
I've always been extremely ambitious since I was young, and I've kind of like tried to start my own business, like very early on, in different ways, right? Like maybe when I was too inexperienced to try to start a business, and I failed horribly, which was great because I learned from that. And then yeah, I'm tired of working for somebody else, right? Like I've
Yeah,
worked my
that's
way up in the corporate ladder and I'm
yeah,
tired of it and
just
I
tired of the 9 to 5 man. Just
yeah, I want to and I believe like I have a lot to offer in this area and I have great ideas and I want to share them with everybody, right? And I think this is just an amazing way to do that. And the permanence and the immutability of working with blockchain tech, that's like the coolest thing ever, right? Like because basically I can create a game that's fully decentralized, lives on the blockchain, as long as there's internet or nodes that can run the that can validate blockchain. That outlives me. I can die happy knowing that
that you
it's going
left
to
the
continue to
legacy,
live.
something that will be there.
Exactly. That is like
But blockchain is also the future, like the blockchain, like the VR. Just I I now just using this as an example of like what was it? Like Ready Player One, if you watch that, like the one
oh yeah,
movie that,
love that.
yeah,
Love
the
those
one
books.
movie that was really praised in like the Web3 and community and all that. Like it's gonna be like that in my opinion later on, and hopefully, like that would be a future I want to live in. But
You know what's funny is it's almost already kind of been like that.
yeah,
Like for how I felt when I was playing World of Warcraft, that was quite literally how it was. The only difference is you don't have like a haptic suit on. You're just playing through a computer. But it's quite literally like I knew my friends as their characters in the game. Our whole economy was in the game. Like we had jobs in the game and we did it, it's already
yeah,
here,
it's
right?
already
It's
here. It's
small
just
leap.
only for small people, the people that want to be just are in it. But soon, I think it's gonna become also mainstream and all that. But good things coming up for Web3. Very interesting, all that. Just,
Yes, absolutely. We're happy to be a part of it too.
but I also wanted to ask about the game. How, when are you just? I already asked this a kind of bit, but when are you like gonna do the promoting? Just gonna get it really mainstream? Because you said game development takes a long time, but have like a specific date for us or anything, or not really yet, or just gonna see how it goes.
We're going to continue to build. Like one of the things that we've outlined early on is, and I think you can actually see it in the FAQ on Epic Game Stores, we're committed to make pushing like 2 updates a month, right? Like that's
Yeah,
how
that's
rapidly we're going to be updating. which is great because I think that keeps people engaged and coming back more and more to check out the new stuff. We once this battle royale mode is finished, and out there, and then we shore up a couple things like removing the standard character, implementing that rotational like hero where you can try one for free for a period of time. Then we're going to start hitting hardcore marketing for tournaments. That's what we're going to focus on. Since we're competitive, like we're going to start pushing the tournaments thing, and that's going to draw casual players in
And will
too, right?
will the tournaments be in the battle royale mainly, or what kind, or still haven't decided?
No, no, great question. So this is what's awesome about Tribe is we're gonna have battle royale. You can participate in tournaments via battle royale,
Mhm.
team deathmatch. We're gonna do like 3v3s, or 5v5s. That's still kind of up in the air to determine which one. And then we're also gonna have a game mode that we're implementing later, which is like terrorist counter terrorist type of thing, like Counter Strike,
Yeah, defuse the
or
bomb and all that.
exactly, exactly. That same type of game mode. So that way we can cast a big net and get a lot of different players that like these different game modes and want to try something new.
Also, I don't want like singular out the game, but F like the gameplay, how will it be? Will it really be like CS:GO, headshot, full that, or more like a hero shooter, Overwatch, or what kind? I'm
It's going to be pretty unique, right? It's not going to be as real.
yeah,
CSGO, I see more like a simulator,
yeah. That
right? Like more than
I
anything.
don't like to compare games to each other, but that's like easy to explain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I would say like what Tribe is kind of like a combination of like like Fortnite if it didn't have all the extra stuff in there, right? And then at the same time sprinkled in a little bit of Valorant, if you're familiar with Valorant.
yeah. I'm no Valorant. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And for just on the whole software, or just not Trip, the other Flux Studio, if I'm saying it right.
Reflect, yeah.
Yeah, like have any upcoming games? Because the only game I could find of you guys were mainly, yeah, the Trip was the main game I could play and see on the whole thing that works at the moment, or just is playable.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Reflect. They got shut down. So basically we're doing like we have our game on Epic Game Store, right? But then we also have another game called Pit Brawl, which can be found on our website. And that's already out there too. That's a browser-based game that we built in Unity. That was our first game that we released. It's more of like a turn-based combat system, but it's getting revamped and released for mobile. So you're actually going to be able to play that game on your phone, like people play at work or like whenever. It'll be a nice, cool little game to play on mobile. So we're hoping to have that done next month.
Okay. I might check that out soon also if it next month, just maybe little stream on the phone, just connect the phone. I already did that with a few games. But now your project is real, it seems cool, interesting. Like, I'm curious to see where it goes, so
Yeah.
if you have any questions also for me, just ask Ed about our project or something. Like, would love also to just have your community know what we're all about.
Yeah, you know what I would like to do, because we're coming up on the top of the hour now,
Yeah,
and it's still early for me. It's like 6:45 a.m. But what I want to do is make sure that we connect, and it would be great to have you come in and we schedule something in our Discord and have you like in the voice chat. I'll let everybody know. We'll have like a little town hall thing, and then that way we can learn more about you and what Big Dave is and your project. So
yeah,
that'd be
I'm
great.
one of the co-founders. We're still like a small company, but soon things we're gonna like update the website and everything that it looks less shady. On our website, it's just now a basic website. There's also early access on everything, just on every page tools. Say multiple times, this is early access, early access. Like we have gaming gigs, like we just help people get into the Web3 space. We have challenges, all that. But yeah, big things going. But it was interesting doing the Q&A. So, and we would love to do also a giveaway if you're down for that. We'll also discuss that in DMs and all that. If you wanna later on, we can maybe host a tournament or something.
Yeah, we're ready for this. Once this battle royale update is released, we're gonna hit the tournaments hard. So I'll be in your DMs and we'll organize something.
And one more thing, just for the battle royale, the unique have any unique weapons planned? Or
Yeah,
is that
so
still like secret, or can't we know about that yet?
yeah, so I don't know if you saw the rocket launcher on the control map or anything like that. Super overpowered right now. We need to tune that a
Yeah,
little bit. But
but that's just a
yeah,
thing in the Lyra engine automatically that I think the RPG is overpowered, if I'm right.
I don't know. So I
I
don't.
played a few other
Okay.
Lyra games, and the RPG was always overpowered in every single one of them, so that was my main go to just find the RPG and use it.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, that's like not what we want, right? So the rocket launcher's cool, but we're thinking about modifying it and making it something a little bit different, something a little more metaversy rather than just firing a giant rocket at somebody. So
Yeah,
we'll
maybe
see.
like a railgun or something, or just shooting a
Yeah,
laser
yeah.
beam. Okay, but that's kind of the end of it. We talked for a good hour. It was fun, and if you have any questions about me or just to end the stream, but I'll maybe like see you again in like episode 70 of the Q&As or something in a few. Like we had like mostly we just go back in a few months or 3 4 months we do Q&A again to just see the project just so I'll see you on episode 70 or 80 of the Q&As or something. We'll see how.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you'll probably be talking to me like early next week. I'll make sure I DM you and then we get something organized sooner than that even.
Okay, okay. But no, it was fun. Good Q&A. Chat if you still have any questions, because I mainly in chat people are just complimenting the maps and just the gameplay. So and just
No, that's good. I'm excited that people actually they enjoyed it because we got a couple other maps coming like a ruined city and things like that, which are gonna look really cool. I don't want to give away too much alpha.
yeah, the Q&A was a bit long. The Q&A is like good, but there's just so much to talk about, man. It's also some.
Yeah, so go make sure you hop in the Discord, make sure you look around. Like we got a lot of helpful links and things like that
Yeah,
that'll teach you
already
more
also
about
checked
everything we're
out a
doing.
bit of the website, but I also wanted to just have the Q&A that the community also can see it in voice and not just by reading everything, that we also talk about it and everything. That's also more fun for the community to just not read everything, reading the whole white paper, but just have the daft like talk about it, co-founder talk about it. But
Yeah, we got a lot going on, a lot we didn't even cover in the Q&A. So yeah,
so be
go
sure
click
to
around.
also join that Discord chat. Just go in that Discord, join our Discord, just and I would check out the game. The game is fun though. It has its problems because it's still early access and everything, but
Of
it's
course.
fun. It's fun, and
Yep.
at least chat it doesn't fry your PC like some Web3 games do. Like no hate, but some Web3 games are just straight up malware and crypto jacking your PC to mine Bitcoin. Some of them,
Right, right.
but no, it was fun, man. WQ&A. If you have just anything to ask about me, just go. But I think we've come to an end. Also, almost 1 hour Q&A, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for the day now, but I appreciate it. This is great. Thank you so much.
Nah, thank you, man, for coming on the Q&A. Good luck with your day. And chat, be sure to also join their website, follow us, and follow them. W Project. So, okay, that was the end of it. See you, man.
Yep.